At first glance, it just looks like another celebrity publicity stunt. But what if it was actually a complete masterclass in modern marketing? Today, we're going to break down a viral moment that, when you look closer, reveals a whole case study in controversy, culture, and capitalism.
So, the moment we're talking about involves actress Sydney Sweeney. But the whole analysis we're diving into suggests this was no simple stunt. Nope, this was a calculated masterclass in getting everyone to talk. So let's peel back the layers and see what was really going on here.
All right, first things first, let's set the scene. It all kicked off with a single act that seemed almost perfectly designed to start a massive online firestorm.
Okay, so a video pops up and it shows the actress climbing the giant H on the Hollywood sign. It's a really bold, really visual stunt, all to launch a new lingerie line. But the real story isn't about the climb itself. It's what happened right after that really got the debate going.
And here's where we see the first bit of tension. Her team says, hey, we had a permit to film here, which is pretty standard. But the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, the people who are basically the guardians of the sign, they immediately shot back, saying that permit absolutely did not give her the right to physically change the landmark. And that public disagreement, that was the first spark.
What's really fascinating is how the commentators looking at this whole thing framed it. They didn't see some PR mistake. They saw step one of a very deliberate marketing strategy, a formula that is built on pure provocation.
And that brings us to the playbook itself. The argument here is that this entire event, including the official pushback, wasn't some accident. It was a textbook, perfectly executed example of the outrage formula.
So the key takeaway here is that the controversy is the point. You create a moment that people just can't help but have an opinion on, and that debate becomes the advertisement, spreading way farther and way faster than any traditional ad campaign ever could. And the best part? It's all free.
It's laid out as a pretty clear four-step process. First, you spark the debate. Is this art or is it vandalism? Is it cool or is it disrespectful? Second, that debate drives engagement, with everyone arguing online. Third, the brand just gets to ride that huge wave of free attention. And the last step? Well, that's clicks and cash.
And this is the intended result. The idea is that when all the arguments finally die down, what's left behind is a massive spike in website traffic, endless media coverage talking about the stunt, and ultimately a huge increase in sales. From a business perspective, it's a clear win.
But the analysis of this stunt doesn't just stop at marketing tactics. It actually elevates this whole thing into a symbol, framing it as a kind of ideological victory.
This quote really captures that perspective perfectly. It's not just about a clever ad, it's seen as a celebration of individual enterprise. The stunt is framed as someone using their personal brand, their assets, to the absolute maximum financial advantage.
To build on that, the commentators argue that Sweeney is grabbing a critical moment in her career, this frame of opportunity to build her financial future. They really push back on anyone calling her a bimbo and instead paint a picture of her as an incredibly savvy business person.
And to back this up, they point to one key fact. She runs her own production company. This is held up as proof that she has a long-term strategic vision for her career, one that goes way beyond just being in front of the camera.
So from here, the discussion blows up, right? It connects this one marketing stunt to other huge viral moments and these much wider cultural trends.
And get this, it's suggested that this wasn't even just about selling lingerie. The claim is that it was also a direct, kind of playful parody of another high-stakes, live-streamed event that had just taken over the entire internet.
And this is the comparison that's made. On one side, you've got Sweeney's stunt, which created the illusion of breaking the rules, and on the other side, you had an actual free climber who scaled a skyscraper live, an event described as both amazing and genuinely life-threatening. The marketing stunt basically borrowed the look and feel of danger without any of the real risk.
Now, to really understand the perspective of the people analyzing this stunt, it helps to see some of the other content they shared. This satirical video, which paints a very, very specific stereotype of life in California, kind of reveals the broader cultural and political lens they're using.
The video is presented with the line, "This is what Republicans think Californians are like," and it just runs through this rapid-fire list of hyper-specific cultural and political stereotypes. It mashes together critiques about economic excess with really hot-button social issues, all to create this caricature meant to represent a certain worldview.
So, this whole breakdown leaves us with a huge question about our media landscape today. When controversy itself becomes the product, and our engagement is the fuel that feeds the fire, who's really profiting?
Is it the brand, or have we all just become unpaid workers in the outrage factory? It's definitely something to think about.